Hello everyone and welcome to a new installment of AV Veterans Talk. I'm your host Bob Alvis, and this week we're speaking with Chris Spicher, Antelope Valley resident and local businessman. Hey, Chris Spicher, how you doing, buddy?
Bob, good to see you.
Good to see you. Mr. AV Nice, huh?
That's right.
Is everything nice in the AV today?
It's a pretty good day.
Good
Beautiful
deal.
day.
So, it's funny, I asked you to come do the show here, and a lot of people would think like, what's Chris? He's a flower guy.
I'm not former military.
You're not former military. And what would you have to bring to the table for an aerospace military veterans type program? But I have worked with you on so many programs, especially like at Lancaster Cemetery when it comes to Memorial Day and different programs all around there when it comes to veterans and things like that. And you're an integral part of the system, because when we do those programs, once again, you bring the color. Literally.
Right. Well, it's I get the stature and the handshake from my dad's military training.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Navy pilot,
Mm-hmm.
just a little young for World War II.
Right.
And the flower business is all about honoring and remembering and respecting.
Yep. Yeah.
So, from the heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And now you've primed that pump very well. Thank you so much for that this morning, because your father was a naval aviator.
Correct.
And a little bit of his background. What he flew, like I said, he was too young for World War II.
He's trained in a Stearman.
Stearman, okay.
Yeah, and then he spent some time down in Pensacola flying out over the Gulf.
Mm-hmm.
And we would look out the window of the car as we drove through Pensacola, and I trained there, and I flew that, and I took off there.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty proud of that. But the military was, what that generation did.
Yeah, yeah.
And it also got him out of the house.
Yeah, it did. And where did he grow up at? Was he
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Gosh, another Los Angeles.
Born in Los Angeles, and then when he and Mom were in their early 20s,
Mm-hmm.
they looked for an opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to maybe get just a little distance from their families.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spikers had some history in the Antelope Valley. A couple of uncles lived up here and did sheet metal work.
Mm-hmm.
And so we moved to the Antelope Valley, bought an existing flower shop,
Mm-hmm.
and that was 63 years ago.
Yeah, it's amazing to think, your father, with that naval aviator, swagger or whatever it was at the time period, and of all things to go into the flower business. I mean, was it just the business opportunity to say like, well, this is for sale, or was there a passion there?
Well, he didn't have an education in the strictest sense of the word, but he was a smart guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he knew how to work hard,
Mm-hmm.
and he was looking for a place where he could be a big fish in a little fishbowl,
Right.
and he found it.
Yeah, that was probably like the one and only back in those days. There wasn't a lot of those businesses up here, was there?
Not a lot of businesses,
Yeah.
and his mom worked for the Herald Examiner, and she saw an ad in the paper
Mm-hmm.
about a flower shop for sale in the high desert.
Yeah, yeah. So where did you come into the world at? Were you down in L.A.?
I was born in Monterey Park.
Monterey Park,
Now on Facebook I call it East Los Angeles.
East Los Angeles.
It looks kind of more trendy,
Yeah,
sexier.
Yeah.
Uh,
You ever go down there and see your old neighborhood or something?
The old stomping grounds,
Yeah.
there in Downey, they redid a Googie's or something, or
Mm-hmm.
it's Bob's Big Boy, so they still have the ladies roller skating,
Oh,
the
nice.
servers.
Yeah.
So I took Mom down there a few years ago for the grand opening,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been back, and
Yeah.
all the houses are still standing.
Yeah,
All the houses built in 1925 are still there.
yeah. And see, that's it's always great when you get that little bit of history. You can go back and look at it. Unfortunately, my ground zero. I was born here in Lancaster, but was down near LAX, and now my parents' house is under a runway.
Right.
I used to be there. So, it's always neat when you can go back home. They say you never can, but it's always nice to go visit if you.
Well, I feel good, being a native Californian and living in the Antelope Valley my whole life. We traveled a lot and been in a lot of really fun places, but
Yeah.
I like this place.
Oh, yeah.
It just turns out it's the greatest place in the world for building and testing, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you had a little jaunt with Uncle Sam in a kind of interesting way. So, I think we'll take our first break here real quick. And I'm looking over there and stuff. I'm on camera. It's scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We're
you like
filming?
that? Yeah, we're filming and stuff. So we come back. Let's talk about the lottery.
Okay.
Okay.
The draft lottery.
We'll be right back here with Chris Spicher. I'm Bob Alvis, and thanks for joining us for this segment of AV Veterans Talk.